What is this lighting? I don't think it comes across as too shiny in my face. It doesn't matter what I put on, I just cannot matte the shininess of my face down. Oh well. Oh, I need to sort the lighting out. The lighting's so bad. I'll see who comes in. Oh, I made some notes and then decided to draw a picture on them. So now I'm like, yeah. So I'll just wait and see if anyone comes in. Hey, and I'll find out what I was just watching. Oh, I keep looking over there when it's over there. Oh. I'm just waiting. Right, so I was watching. It says somebody's there watching, but I'll just wait and see if anyone comes in. I'm just reading something, so. Right. Oh. Well, all I can say is I got some really nice comments off the last chat I just did. It says 3 people are in, so if you're there, say hi. Really great comments. Oh, just laughing at some comments. Howdy doody, dude, do. Yeah, howdy doody do. Yeah, well, it says there are only 3 in, so I may start chatting now because otherwise I'll be sat here, you know, people can watch it after. People are not getting notifications, obviously, but, you know, there you go. I was going to talk about, it says there's 5 in now, cognitive dissonance. Hey, Dolly, you okay, love? I know who you are, Lily, and you don't have to say you have to worship me. You don't worship anyone, just look after yourself. Do you know what I mean? You know? Oh, I'm quite capable, you know what I talk about in here. I'm not, doesn't bother me. Hi, James. I'm good. Yeah, like I said, I got some really great comments off the last chat I just did, and it's good to see that women and men think the same way as well about that agenda going on in that area, though. There's an agenda in lots of areas. So, you know, But also, I must say, Posy Parker with Posie has just done well, she hasn't just done another chat. I'm just going through a channel, obviously, but I will be catching up after this on one called, I just thought I'd let you know, called Let a Woman Speak. And it was really good. And it's about women speaking about different things, you know, to do with abuse in relationships and stuff like that, which I'm going to talk about maybe tomorrow, about relationships. And if you are in a crap relationship, women, this goes for men as well. You need to walk. You need to walk. Don't be afraid. But that's a chat I'm going to go into because I can talk about this because I've been through it myself. And looking back, I can see, you know, it's not just women. It's men as well in certain relationships. Like I said before, if the frequency's wrong, you ain't going to get on. You don't stay with someone just because basically. But narcissists do make you feel worthless and do make you feel like you can't be doing without them. Fact. Anyway, hi Revolution. So hi everyone who's in. But I was going to talk about cognitive dissonance, but I did say I was going to talk on the level of maybe the fifth dimension. You know, I thought we'd have a bit of fun with this. There's people who believe in it, there's people who isn't, people who see it as different things. That's fine. I'm just saying there's cognitive dissonance in every area going. Every conspiracy, so-called conspiracy going, every area going, there's cognitive dissonance. There's cognitive, I can never say it, cognitive dissonance in the whole thing. Hi, Reverend, with the whole thing with, yeah, I've got me, what is it, Michigan, is it? My whole, you know, the whole Trump thing. You know, cognitive dissonance there. What it is not understanding, and something, your new information's coming into your head. I'm not talking about people in chat, opposite the sleeping. When new information comes in and people don't understand it, the mental state sort of like that, and then they get cognitive dissonance. I wrote something down, but it is off a channel that I'm going to play. You don't need to see it, but I'm going to let you know what that name is. But I'm just going to listen to what she was saying, because how she talks about cognitive dissonance is brilliant. But she is into the Pleiadian thing and beings from beyond different dimensions. I'm just saying, but the whole thing she's saying, they're saying, is cognitive dissonance. It's happening in the Trump thing. You know, people just, when you don't understand something and it's not the reality you've been taught, your brain shuts off. Mine doesn't shut off because I can think about different things. Been watching videos, and I've been a narcissist magnet for most of my adult life. Yeah, well, I will be talking about that tomorrow, about narcissists, because I've dated quite a few. But that's not the subject of now, even though I spoke about that before. I'm going to do that tomorrow, I think, because I feel it needs to come up. It needs to come up. That topic needs to come up. And it's not just men, it's women as well. But the whole thing I'm talking about now is cognitive dissonance, because it's in all areas, but I'm talking about the beings from another dimension sort of thing as well, because I just love all that. Because this woman's channel is about that. But that's because you've got to cut that cycle. Fits in there. You've got to cut that cycle and see those patterns when they come in, and don't get with a person like that, because you should be able to see it coming now. So the video of this lady, I'm just going to play it first, the way she's explained. She's getting a message, but how they've explained it is brilliant. And people have come on my chat before and gone, you're what's the word, you're contradicting yourself. Well, when I heard this woman say about a contradiction, I thought, that is me, yeah, contradicting myself. I don't think so. It's called adding things on and dropping other things. It's called growth. Because something I might have used in the past and thought, yeah, that was all right. Then I grow a bit more and think, maybe I'll take a little bit of that or drop that bit and I'll move on to something else. It's called growth. I'm not stale with it. So I'm going to play what she said so you can listen. So I'm not going to really go into chat because I want you to listen to it, because it's explained brilliantly. I'll let you know whose channel it is. If you resonate, you resonate. If you don't, you don't. Hi, Dolly. Are you there? Of course I'm here. New sub here. What, King or Rebel? So let me just find this chat. I want her to, this explanation of cognitive dissonance is brilliant. So I'm going to find it. And it was, hi. So I'm just going to play it. You don't need to see her, but I will tell you what channel it is, because she's just sat there talking. But let's see. So I'll switch it up.
revolutionary, quite different though to what we are used to and what we know. And Zvara will explain two different stages of...
Now, because this lady talks about Palladian guidance and stuff and where she's getting the guidance from, she's talking about what they said. So if you hear her talking about something at the beginning, you don't understand it, it's all right. Just wait till she gets into it.
Two different phases, stages, two different types of cognitive dissonance.
Can you hear?
Something that happens to us mentally when we are confronted with the information that is contrasting, that is different to what we know.
See, when we get information that is different, thank you, that is different, coming from wherever, like a lot of information people are getting now, this is what happens.
And what we are accustomed to, what we accept and believe to be true. So in this way, we can understand our own, even sometimes, reactions to the new information. And we will also be able to understand why so many people defend themselves against.
Can I just say, Lily, that's brilliant. You know, that's brilliant. You know, men are in my chat anyway. I'm not. I know you're not against me, but I'm not talking about that at the minute. So this is about cognitive dissonance.
New types of information like this that goes against their models and parameters of the known reality that they are accustomed to, and within
the known reality you're accustomed to. So when things are being told, hi Bernice, when we're like the Q stuff, whatever, or things that might be out of your range, not talking about people in chat, sleeping, this is what happens. Their reality, this is what I've said, when your reality gets broken down because it's not been taught in your reality, your brain can't function. You're left and the right side. It's like, what? Yeah, reality, what are concepts? Exactly. But mine works because I can believe everything and nothing, because nothing frigging surprises me anymore. Nothing will surprise me, nothing.
Which they operate. So we'll be able to understand the haters, the crazy people in general who go against any types of new and revolutionary information. So
do you hear that? Revolutionary information. We're coming with the revolutionary information. People who watch the TV and in the normal pop people, sheeple people, it's not their fault. They were brainwashed. This is why they get it, because it's revolutionary, and I've not heard this before. And it can't be true because I've been told. I don't hear this on mainstream media. Well, you're not going to hear it on mainstream media, are you? It's trickling.
First of all, explaining these two different types of cognitive dissonance, something that happens to us on a mental level, and later, after that, I'm going to add some comments from myself. So I'm going to see you in the second part of this video. Here it goes. The reality is relative to each person.
Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, relative to each person. 1 minute. Oh, there, right.
So a specific person can only understand a concept with the framework of their own mind. If something exceeds your understanding, you cannot understand what is...
When I've played this, I'll come into chat.
Falling into cognitive dissonance, or in other words, your pot is not big enough. So a common frame of reference is needed so that understanding and advancement, or the introduction of new concepts, can be given. Otherwise, the cognitive dissonance will come into operation, which will make you return to what you previously found comfortable. Your previous beliefs, your matrix.
Our previous beliefs matrix is what we've been taught. Of who? Of them.
There comes a point at which my information exceeds the understanding of the people, and they enter into cognitive dissonance.
17 in the house and 7 thumbs up. Oh, it's gone 8, 17.
They demand evidence. If I give it to them...
Did you hear that? When you tell somebody something, listen to that again, they always demand evidence. The trolls, everyone demanding evidence. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Where's the... It's brilliant, this. Listen, I'll just take that back a little bit.
your previous beliefs, your matrix. There comes a point at which my information exceeds the understanding of the people, and they enter into cognitive dissonance. They demand evidence. If I give it to them, one enters cognitive dissonance stage 2.
You give them the evidence, you tell them where it is. Oh, breakdown. Oh, it's not true though. Oh, there's that going on, don't there? Well, you give it them, you tell them where to research. They don't want to research though.
Of the previous belief and the adoption of
18's in the house. JFK Jr.'s in the house. Number 18. Just saw it. Sorry.
The new one. This is not.
No, they still don't believe it.
If it happens from the aspect of greater understanding in free and responsible growth, but they don't have it. They return to try to explain what has been presented as a concrete fact only from the framework of consciousness that they have, their own limitations. And the deification of the...
From your own limitations. You put limitations on yourself. That's why I say it's all about free thinking and mindful thinking and thinking outside the box, whatever the word you want to use. Because if you're always in that bubble, nothing that anyone's going to ever come to you, you're never going to believe anything. You're never going to think for 1 minute. Can you not think for 1 minute? What if? But they don't want to do it because they don't want to burst the bubble.
Person who has shared that
critical thinking
that has altered them occurs.
Yes, thank you, James. It's the ego that blinds us from the truth. Exactly.
This is what has happened for thousands of years on Earth. The gods like Anu or Osiris are only people with whom you could go and have a beer. The rest is an emotional charge of exaggeration of attributes generated by a phase 2 reaction of cognitive dissonance.
I am going to show you a bit of the video because this makes so much sense.
In other words, they come up with a whole scenario around it that, with limited understanding, tries to explain the facts that otherwise are inexplicable to them. If a technology is high enough, it is indistinguishable from magic.
Way back when, we're going to talk about this after, did they think technology they didn't know what it was magic, some sort of god, some sort of magic? We are going to talk about this after.
This is the first scene of the movie Star Trek Into Darkness.
Ooh, a lot of truth in Star Trek.
It is one of the most important scenes of cinema for me, loaded with important and relevant truths here. I will describe them to you quickly. They must keep the inhabitants of a distant primitive planet from an erupting volcano. That planet is called Nibiru. Meanwhile, a shuttle tries to detonate a cold fusion bomb inside the volcano to stop the eruption and save the species. The way in which the hero manages to get the villagers to run away is stealing a sacred papyrus from them, so that...
Right, I just want you to see this picture, sorry, because just knocked it off.
We are saying this
because I do believe this is what people might have thought in the past when we talk about ancient aliens or whatever you want to call it. Let me see if I can find it. Just knocked it off. Just find it again. Oh, yeah, there.
Be coming, and some of this information the rest to darkness. It is one of the most important. Must keep the detonate a cold fusion bomb inside the volcano to stop the eruption and save the species. The way in which the hero manages to get the villagers to run away is stealing a sacred papyrus from them so that they can go after them. But to save one of their own, they are forced to expose the ship against the prime directive.
Expose the ship. So basically, what she's saying is, because you can't see it, what she's saying is, if there was a species that were less primitive or whatever the word is, didn't know about technology, if that was because they were trying to help, they had to expose their ship. Now, when these natives on this planet saw this ship that they'd never seen before, because they didn't really want to expose it, but they did, they were like, wow, this is some sort of magic. I mean, what is this thing flying in the air? You know, are they going to start calling it a god or, you know, worshipping it because they've never seen this thing before? But to them, it was like magic. It was like magic. So we'll talk about that after.
The wheel. They pull the parchment or papyrus aside, and now their new deity or god is the ship. This happens all the time, and that is what I try to explain here. Now, with the information we are giving, the same thing happens, with the difference being that we will not go against the prime directive. So everything will remain in cognitive dissonance 1. In other words, you will not understand. What does help is to notice, to maintain the innocence of seeing what else could there be. Do not have dogmas. Just believe in the best explanation.
Well, what she was saying, let me see if I can read it out, because I did write it down and then I drew on it, so I don't know. That's those suffering from... Yeah, she said, right, to maintain the innocence of being that they're... Oh, why have I written this down? To maintain the innocence of being what there could be. You know, there could be stuff out there, but some people just don't want to believe it. Do not have dogmas. Just believe in the explanation at hand. Replace a theory with a new one without... Oh, I've written over it. Let me see what she says. I think it's on it.
Replace a theory with a new one without attachments.
Replace a theory with a new one without attachments. This is what I said when people come on my channel and go, you're contradicting yourself. No, I've replaced the theory with another one. I might have a little bit of that, but it doesn't work now. It doesn't, you know, to me, you're stale if you don't do that.
Never close windows. Always leave one open and then another.
Yeah, but the thing is, Luby Lou, we still have to use words. I was talking about this the other day, because that's how other people understand them. You know, when we say certain words, people go, oh, I don't like that word. It means, well, that's the way people understand it. You know, what do you say? Your cogs in your head are breaking down. So it's just the way people understand it. So, you know.
So your minds can process so much information. Nothing is contradictory here. Only keeps adding on. The mind is big enough. Do not worry. The only one that limits it is you.
The only one who limits it is you, because you don't want to think outside of your bubble, you know? Open-minded, that's what it is. So we say cognitive dissonance because that's what people understand.
Well, how did you like this? I think it's very appropriate, very sharp, very on point, very
true. So basically, that was the lovely Cosmic Agency, and she talks about a lot of extraterrestrial stuff, Pleiadians and all that, which I love, and Jack's going mad in the background now. Don't know why, but he is. But basically, I thought that was great, as you know, that's what it is. Yeah, extraterrestrial. So yeah, she does Pleiadians channeling or whatever it is she does, but it's a really great channel I've just come across from Naughty Beaver, and she's really good, and I like what she talks about, and it's all into what they're talking about is all into what we've been talking about as well. This is why I said, if you don't like this sort of talk, you don't have to watch unless you just like listening to, you know, seeing what's said. It's like I say, you resonate, but I am into all that sort of stuff as well. So, you know, it is that thing of do not have dogmas, just believe in the explanation at hand. Replace a theory with a new one. It's about adding on. That's how you grow. That's how you evolve. If you stay stuck in something, I've said to people this before, yeah, a higher consciousness. I've said to people before, if you're still stuck in the New World Order and that's where you think it is and it's only staying there, things are always moving. Things don't stay still, you know, in the ether. What do you call it? Oh, what do they call it? We're manifesting all the time. Things do not stay still. Things are always moving, changing. Timelines are changing, this, that, and the other. So I say to people, if you think we're still in the New World Order and you don't believe things can change, things are changing anyway. You don't believe that good people come in, that things can happen, this, that, and the other, then, you know, stay stuck there, because that is not my reality at all. You know, red wine, you make me feel so fine. So like I said, people have come on my channel before and said you're contradicting yourself. What? Because I said something a month ago or last year, which maybe I don't resonate with as much now, or maybe I've took a section out of it, because there's people's channels that I like, and it's not like because I like everything they say in it, but certain stuff resonates with me, because we're not saying we're all right about stuff. That's why I say research. Here's Roxanne still running about, not home yet. Oh, don't worry about it. Told you. I can catch you later. I just wanted to come on and do a little chat. You can listen to me in the background. Don't worry about it. There's a lovely Roxanne in the house. Everything is in motion except the flat earth. Exactly. So, you know, everything's moving all the time. So if everything is moving all the time and it's not staying still, that means change can come in. So, you know, that's why she didn't win, isn't it? That's why she didn't win. But if anyone's wondering, oh, it's so hot. If anyone is wondering what I'm talking about with the Palladians, like I said, Palladian guidance is at the bottom of the Q map. And the fourth dimension, let me find it. You're a bit of sanity in a place gone mad, Dolly. Oh, thank you, Roxanne. Under the breadcrumbs on the Q map, it said Palladian guidance. Now, I'm all into this anyway, because I will tell you a story about something when I was younger. Also, I talked about the fourth dimensional negative entities are on here as well. And on the other side of spirituality, technology / spirituality is the whole thing of, I'm gonna read up this side. I read up this side today. I'm gonna read up this side now, and we'll see. I don't know whether to read up or read down, because does it make more sense to read down? No, I'll read from the bottom to the top. Yeah. Glad to see me on several times a day. I just got a bit bored today. So I'm going to go from the bottom, so I won't be in chat. I'm just going to read this out. So you might find it interesting. At the bottom of this, we've got Schumann resonance. Well, that's not something we don't talk about, is it? The Schumann resonance is the resonance of Earth, which affects us as well, which is going off right now. Because if you check the Schumann resonance recordings, they are mad, right? So we've got that. We've got the Schumann resonance. We've got mystery booms. Well, I mean, this was all put together in 2017. Some people say that's because they knew. Well, there was a plan in place that knew anyway. There's a lot of people that know on this realm what's going on. U.S. Embassy of Jerusalem Third Temple Project Mayan 2020. We've got Hive Project Planter, something called #Tyler. In a little thing here, steps up like this little thing here. It says in steps, quantum ascension. Now, when we watched that film the other night, me, Roxanne, and 007 on there, what was the film called, Roxanne? I always forget. The Adjustment Bureau, which is getting a bit mad, but what we've been discussing behind the scenes. Hey, it did say quantum leap, didn't it, in the newspaper? Quantum ascension. No, we do talk about ascension. Age of the Aquaries, which is what we're in, lifting the veil. Solar shift. Apocalypse, but apocalypse is a lifting of the veil, not the end of the world. It's the end of the world for them, the end of their days, you know, because we see all the lies. And revelations, well, there are revelations because the Bible has got the revelations in it, even though they tried to twist certain things. But yeah, we are seeing revelations. Above that, we've got the Antichrist, because they are trying to bring the Antichrist in. The pole shift. We've got fractal time. We've got techno-Luciferian. So I'm just going to read this off and then I'll come in chat. We've got the Mandela effects at Akashic Records. We've got Zuckerberg, Facebook, Twitter, Alphabet, Google, Eric Schmidt, is it somebody? I don't know. Elon Musk, Hyperloop, Tesla. That's not Nikola Tesla, that's his Tesla. SpaceX, PayPal in a circle. Solar eclipse, the 8th of the 21st, 17. We've got nanotechnology. We've got life extension. We've got the singularity transhumanism. We've got law of accelerating returns, Ray Kurzweil, I don't even know what that is. The Age of Spiritual Machines. CERN, Portal to Hell, Shiva statue outside CERN. A lot of us know about that. In a circle, we've got Draco Reptilians, but that is in, and this is what I'll be talking about after. Draco Reptilians is in dark writing, standing out. But in the circle of Draco Reptilians, it says, Anunnaki, those who from heaven to earth came. We hear a lot about the Anunnaki. Crop circles, Phoenix lights in 1997. Pleiadians, Lord Ashtar, Galactic Federation of Light, Ascended Masters, Ancient Aliens, Abductions, the Greys, the Tri-3B Air Force X-37B, Cattle Mutilation, Soho Motherships, which has a big line that goes up to here, so I'm just going to follow that line to see where that goes. That goes to Anton LaVey, Church of Satan, 1966. Just saying. Sorry, that was the Church of... That goes through Church of AI. That goes to Anthony LaVey. That goes through CERN and Soho. So, interesting. And then we've got, above that, Steve Orwell. I don't even know what... Empire Beneath the Ice. Which goes up to moon landing, which goes up to Area 51, Breakaway Civilization, Area 51, moon landings, DARPA, Defense Advanced, Wright-Patterson, AFB, Majestic 12, President Harry S. Truman, The Truman Show, in 1947, Dunn's Deep Underground Military Base, Roswell UFO Crash, 1947, Unacknowledged Special Access Project, and there's a film on Netflix called Unacknowledged, with, I can't remember what the guy's called in it, but back down, going up again, we've got Wi-Fi 1998, we've got carbon tax, we've got Monsanto, Agenda 21, is that Monsanto who were putting rat poisoning in cereal, was it, and stuff? Is that vaccines, big pharma, fluoridation, we know about that, chemtrails, geoengineering, climate change. That's when people get cognitive dissonance because they don't believe it. And then we've got David Icke, I'm not sure about him, the Moon Matrix, InfoWars, highlighted by the way, Alex Jones, Endgame, Dark Secrets, that goes up to Area 51, which I read out before, Steve Jobs, Apple's 666, Satanic Panic, Project Bluebeam, False Flags, American, what's that? American ALEC, Exchange Council, Philip Schneider, I don't know about Battle of 1979. What else we've got? Freedom of Information Act, Scientology. I think they're doing something on time. Haven't people been arrested for that? Television. Are you listening to this? Television. Introduced 1950s alpha state hypnosis. Programming. The TV is programming you. Hi. Then we go up to the Majestic 12 and all that I was saying before. Time travel. Oh, look who's there. Look who's there that I like to talk about. John G. Trump. That's Donald Trump's uncle. FBI raided Tesla. Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla died in 1943. And Nikola Tesla knew Maria Orkic. Yugoslavia, disappeared in 1945. She was in the Frill Society. I've talked about the Frill Society. I've talked about your hair. They had long hair. They believed they communicate with others, beings from other dimensions. The lady that I've just mentioned also talks about and has pictures of Maria Orkic. I find it really interesting, which is to do with Hitler, where they got the information for technology. People think she was bad. She wasn't. They weren't working for the Nazis. They wanted the information, you know, what Hitler was like, la, 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 all that sort of stuff. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So when you look at Trump's uncle, knew Nikola Tesla, if you know what Nikola Tesla was supposed to have been making, think about Donald Trump and what Donald Trump might know. Because he used to sit with his uncle and his uncle used to tell him stuff. Just saying. That's the side of it I love. It's nothing to do with politics. None of it's to do with politics, really. Then we've got Nikola Tesla. We've got the Frill Society, which I just said, Thule Society, Order of the Black Sun. Don't forget, there was things that were good but got infiltrated. So infiltrated, I can never say that word. You know what I mean? And we've got the Holy Grail. We've got the Aryan race. We've got Agartha, Inner Earth, Foo Fighters, Time Travel, Solar Warden, Naval Space Command. There's so much on here. Protocols of the Elders of Zion. We've got Walt Disney Estate 1923, Club 33666. We've got Stanley, is it Kubrick? 2001 Space Oddity, 1968, Eyes Wide Shut, 1999. We know about that one. Then we've got Ra, is in bold writing. Ra, Pyramids of Giza, obelisks. I've talked about the obelisks before and what they are and what we believe the pyramids are, you know, energy conductors. Maya, we've got Hindu, Yavina, I don't even know how to say that, Molith, Aztec, Temple Mount, gold mines of NK, Adams, Calendar, NK and Aril. Loads of people have been through that. Stonehenge. Stonehenge goes to the Druids. We've got the Sumerians. We've got Lemuria. We've got Atlantis at the top, and Mu, and at the top of that is Hyperborea. We've got the Sphinx. We've got but then it goes into how they got in. So then got into that was Satanism, Lucifer, Satan, Baal, Tower of Baal, Nimrod, Babylon, D562 BC, Jerusalem. It goes up and down. Solomon's Temple, Saturn, Plato. It just goes on and on and on. Astrology, alchemy, that goes up to the, is it the Gnostics? The Gnosticism, I can't say it, paganism. That's all right. But then underneath that, you've got the Jesus crucified. Don't know what that one says. Oh, it just goes on and on and on. But it ends up going to the Khazarian Mafia, the Talmud, the Goyim, is it? The Talmud, the Calabar, I can never say it, human sacrifice, adrenochrome, there it is, adrenochrome, the occult symbols in Washington, D.C., John D. Rockefeller, all pointing to the Rothschilds and Zionism. So all that stuff, that's how you read the map, is from the technology and spirituality. What was good at one point, they all got in, and it turned to that, it turned to Satanism, and it all points to those people, and it all points to that bit, which all goes over to the Vatican as well. So just saying, there's loads on it. When you read it, it makes sense. People, it doesn't matter who made it. The fact is, there is points on there where you look at it and go, yeah. But people get cognitive dissonance through it all. Because like I said, the Palladians are on the bottom of this. Yeah, and the adrenochrome, if people don't know, that's for the paedophiles. And this is where the biggest cognitive dissonance people are going to get is on that subject, because they don't believe it's true. They think that things are like, hi, everyone is just coming. Things are like medieval times. Oh, that doesn't happen. Yes, it does. It is happening. It has been happening for decades, for centuries. They haven't stopped this. They just went underground, whatever. It's secret. That's what secret societies are for. But remember, the Freemasons, they did get in there as well. But I'm talking about Bush and his Skull and Bones and all that sort of societies that JFK tried to bring out about secret societies, and then he got assassinated. So they can't work with secret societies. Do you have proof? Do you have proof time travel is impossible? Oh my God, Maggie. Oh, I thought you were talking to me then. I was like, what? I've just been talking about cognitive dissonance and everyone asks for proof. But like I said, I don't need to know stuff because, oh, somebody needs a taxi because they can't seem to hold their self to go to the toilet. You know, this is where they come in. Because go and research yourself. I don't need to know because I've done it, you know. So, yeah, be on the ball, people. You'll get all the silly little people coming in. Someone needed to go to the toilet. I see a lot of proof that time travel is possible. Exactly, why not? But that's that thing again, isn't it? People can't think outside the bubble because they've been taught at school, and not the school that we're supposed to be in, the government-run school. And they can't think that something could happen. I mean, what is the Mandela effect? What are certain things? If they're going on about CERN and things are changing stuff, or why can't things change? I just said nothing stays still. If you look into the Philadelphia project with the, I think it was the American, was it warship boat that people got stuck into? If you look into that, that sort of goes into Tesla as well. There's a lot of things joining up with Trump and stuff. This is why I said the film, the what did I say the film was called? What did they say the film was called? The that was talked about the other day. Yes, The Adventures of Little Baron Trump, or The Last President. Yeah, I've got that book. I've not read it properly yet, but I have got that book. And the kid on the front of it looks like Baron Trump. And if you think about it, a lot of things to do with Q and different things it's mind-boggling when you get into it. The numerology on it, everything is like somebody's got, thank you, the Adjustment Bureau, someone has gone back in time and done something to put all this stuff together, because nothing is a coincidence. People go, it's just a coincidence. That adds up to that. And that, really? It's just a coincidence. How many coincidences do you have to be, what is it, mathematically possible? Like you know, like Q said, beyond majestic. Yeah, it's beyond your thought frame. You're sort of thinking that you've been taught. We've all been taught lies, basically. So, you know, it could be disinformation. What could be disinformation? You can go and look about the book about the Adventures of Little Baron. But what I'm saying is that book was written ages ago. And people go, yeah, it's because maybe they did, but maybe there is time travel. Do you know what I mean? It's just to say, hi, can people not think outside the bubble that you've been taught? Most of us know in chat you've been lied to about a lot. Yeah, it's been twisted. So why can you not have been lied to about certain other things? In history, they change history and muddle it all around and rewrite history. Basically, we're going to rewrite it back. They rewrite it to make it look like certain people were living in that area, certain cultures were living that when they weren't. But who knows? Because who writes it? History. His story. Whoever's winning at the time writes it. And we don't know really, do we? So we just go, yeah, that's what it says in a book. So, you know, well, that's what it says. Really? Probably why I didn't like history at school, because it did not resonate. The thing of it resonating is there's something wrong with something, you know, by a feeling, not what you're told, not what you think, because you think what you think through watching TV and stuff. It's a frequency. We are energy and we work off frequency, light and sound. So when I was at school, and this is just my perception, people, but many of you may resonate, I didn't resonate with history. I found it boring. I know why now, because half of it's poo-poo. Yeah? Other stuff I didn't resonate with because I wasn't resonating with it, because my inner self knew it wasn't true. Yeah? You resonate with my channel for a reason. You resonate with other channels for a reason. You don't resonate with other channels for a reason, or maybe slightly with certain things they're saying, because there's a reason you don't resonate. Because your inner self is telling you it's either true or not. So when people come with facts, I'm like, I've told you where to go and research, but when I watch something, I resonate with something. I'm not saying I resonate with everything they say in a chat, because some people are like, I'm not sure about that bit, but that bit you're saying, yeah, resonate with that. There's a reason you resonate with it. Your inner cells are telling you it is true. It is in your DNA. Your DNA is remembering. That's how I see it. I'm not plugging my brain into a computer. Don't hate all the tech, just some. Yeah, I don't hate all the tech, just some. It's just not in balance. This is the whole thing of what we always say. It's not in balance. The talk that I was talking about before is not in balance. Relationships are not in balance. Everything is out of whack. That's why the Schumann resonance right now is Mother Earth is going mad as well. She's going to do it for herself as well. It's all about being out of balance. They want us to be out of balance because it ruins everything. It ruins us, it ruins plants, it ruins the animals. We're out of balance in the seas, we're out of balance in everything. It doesn't work properly when we're out of balance, you know, because then everyone's hating on everyone, everyone's eating too much of the wrong things. Do you know what I mean? You resonate. That's why I'm always saying, if you do not resonate with my channel, please go elsewhere. You don't need to leave stupid comments. Why are you feeding into my currency, not money, my current of energy? Because that's what you're doing when you come over and make silly comments. So do it if you want, because you're just feeding my energy. Go and feed the energy that you're attracted to. If you're attracted to like low density sort of channels, go there. That's because you're resonating with a lower frequency or vibration, because you're not open to other stuff. That's good. That's just where you are right now. You know, chemtrails have just about stopped. I haven't seen any chemtrails for quite a few days. I mean, I know they're supposed to be under control now, so I don't know what everyone else is thinking, but I haven't. So let me just give a shout out to people who are in at the minute. Here's the Below. Hey, hey. We've got Double O, Candice, Another View, Bernice, Moonbay, Blue Blue, Effie. I'll just call you Effie. Jane Irish, National Memorial Gardens, Red Eye, Dread Eye, Ms. Maggie. Might end up saying some names twice. Alison, Revolution, Jane Irish, someone who needed a wee, James. I know Roxanne was in before, she may still be listening. Anyone else I've missed? Hi, I'm just, blah, 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 blah. I Am No One is here. Kendra, yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't shout you out as well, so there you go. And Elmo, I can see Elmo there as well. Everything connects in some way. You help us to understand that. Thank you, Effie, because, so I just talk the way I talk because I've always been like this since I was a child, and I'm just hoping people can understand, but everything does connect to everything. So when people are even talking about, what are you talking about? Different dimensions, everything connects to everything. Our reality is much bigger than we've been taught. That's my perception of things. Things we see are only the tip of the iceberg. They're the only things that they want us to see. Beyond that, it's massive. That's why I'm saying, get on that thing of like believe everything and believe nothing, because if you're going to start seeing things or hearing things in the near future, this is going to be rolling out over the next couple of years, I believe. It's coming in drippy, and it has to, because I've tried to explain before, it can't be just chucked in your face. Whether you're onto the whole Palladian, alien, ET sort of thing, it doesn't matter. I love it. I believe in it because just certain things, and they can't just chuck things out. They're not here to give us it all. They're here for a guidance. We've got to do it. We've got to stand up ourselves, we the people. It's not to have, bowing down to something else. We've got to do it ourselves because we reside here. We've got to do it, we the people. We fell asleep. So they can't chuck everything at us, because if they did, I've said this before, all at once, can you imagine the cognitive dissonance? Oh my God, it's hard now. Can you imagine it then? It just doesn't work like that. You have to be drip fed and then get used to that. And this is where I said before, where then you can add other things on. Then you can get your head around that and process it. It's about rising above it and processing, like, right, I get this now. I understand that. That may have moved. Yeah, right, I've got that in my head. Right, this isn't good, but that's what. Right, yeah, I can process it. I'm processing it. I've swallowed that bit. Right, let's move on to the next bit. Right, I get that. That's how it works. So, exactly, Luby Lou. Slowly, catchy monkey. You can't just chuck it in people's faces, I had to research this stuff. I mean, I was distraught when I found out a few things, but if it was chucked on me, I'd just be like, cogs would just malfunction, and that's what people do with the cognitive dissonance when they're getting information they don't understand or haven't experienced. So like I've said before, hi Anti-Flat Earth, if you're having an experience of whatever that is, if you're saying you're channeling something and people are like laughing and going, whoa, give us the evidence. We don't need to give you the evidence. If you're having an experience, you're having the experience, because people get jealous because they're not having the experience. If you're not having the experience, you're not having the experience. Maybe you're not having that experience because your frequency is lower, and those entities or whatever you want to say wouldn't come to you because you're not switched onto that radio station, basically, like Nikola Tesla was, like Maria Orkic was. I've done the chat about Maria Orkic and what long hair was for. It's like an antennae. Maybe I'll do that chat again. But that lovely lady's channel that I was talking about, I will shout it out again, has done that chat on that. But people who know me, who've been watching me for a long time, I've talked about Native American Indians and the Star People and what the prophecy was there. I've talked about Maria Orkic and all that sort of thing, Donald Trump's uncle, the whole sort of Nikola Tesla. That's the stuff that I'm into. That's the stuff that's beyond it. That's the stuff that's beyond politics. Trump isn't a politician, he's a businessman, but he was taught the Bible by his mother, which is totally different. His uncle was a scientist and had Nikola Tesla papers. What was Nikola Tesla? What are the sort of things, as well as free energy, was he designing? And the whole fact that he invented the light bulb, this, that, and the other, and it wasn't Edison, and he nicked the current and all that sort of stuff, which I've talked about before. So just saying, two conflicting beliefs. Yeah. Just seeing what you're all saying. Drop hints to friends or ask them they think, then let it rest. Yeah, you let it rest. That's why they say star seeds, red pilling. You don't have to go in and try and smack them, but as long as you're saying little things and they hear that, and then they might see something and then they start going, might not be now, might be in a few months' time, but I can guarantee they'll start thinking, you know. Native people knew things that the deep state doesn't want anyone to know. Exactly, Candice. That's why they kill them. That's why they killed them off. All the natives that knew stuff, because they worked with the earth, they worked with the spirit world. They knew about the star people and beyond the veil, because they were connected to all that, you know, water and different things. That's why they killed them off, basically, because the deep state know, and they don't want us to know. Yeah. I put my after show back to 9:30 because Dolly was streaming. Oh, thanks, Fanny. Right, Earth. So, oh, I didn't think you'd be on this one. I was talking about Palladians, you know, the ETs. And even if people say, oh, if you're on flat Earth, then you won't believe in ETs, not necessarily, because, like I said, NASA lies. But don't forget, truth and lies are in everything. It doesn't actually mean that they could be lying about space. What is space? Is it waters above? Who knows? I don't know myself. Could it be extra terrain? So there's extra people that way and that way. Who knows? Is the Anvellum, I can't say the Van Bellen, but I can never say it, of what I've been watching, was that part of the Matrix that keeps something in and out, like they say the reptilians, which is on the Q map, and they had to lock them in lockdown. So they are here with us, because I'm not being funny. Double O, do I show the picture or do I not show the picture? When Trump talks about illegal aliens, sometimes I do think, you know what? And that Flotus does like a Palladian. If I could see a Palladian, she would look like one, her face and everything. But it doesn't mean there isn't things from different dimensions. That's totally different, because maybe that's not going to space. They're coming in from different dimensions. The veil is very thin at the minute. Manifesting, I said, is one of the things that we can do, but they sort of stopped it. It's slow, but there's that thing of once you start bringing that into reality, it works. They don't want you to know that. We have CERN, God only knows what they are pulling up. Well, CERN's been shut down. CERN was shut down ages ago. So, you know, they said they were looking for the God particle or whatever. I don't really know, but, you know, it's all weird. It's all weird. So Double O, do I show the picture or not? You know, the picture when you froze the other day, and I was like, Double O, you look like a reptilian. But not all reptilians are bad, remember. Bad Jews, good bad Muslims, good Muslims, good Christians, bad Christians. If there's beings, there's good and bad. We all make mistakes. I'm not into that belief of like, oh, we're all like, I think we can all make mistakes. Doesn't matter which dimension you're in. It's learning anyway. Right, I'm going to show it. So talking to Double O the other day, and his screen freezes, and we are always joking, saying, I think you're a bit of a reptilian, you know. I think you're a bit of a reptilian, but a good one, you know, because I do believe you can change. So I don't know if anyone saw me ages ago when, you know, when your screen goes all funny and all you saw was a pair of eyes and my hair went blonde and it was really weird. But it looks more a bit etherical, actually, whatever the word is. But I took a picture of Double. You know, you can just take this with a pinch of salt. It was just weird, right? But then again, stranger things in it, you know, it's not weird, is it? So I took this picture. I'm going to show it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. And I was like, oh my God, Double. Oh my God, can you see yourself? I was like, oh, you look like a reptilian. But you know, I know Double's good. So well, let me try and find it. Oh, there it is. Oh. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Oh my God. Right. Are you ready? Face distorted. I don't know if it's going to pick up. It's not really picking up on this light, but it looks like, if you can see, an eye socket up there. It looks like a nose, like a skull, and you can't really see properly, but it was a bit freaky. You can't see properly, and this lighting's really bad. So let me switch the light off and see what it does. I'm telling you, it was freaky. Yeah, you see her face, but it looks like sort of like a freaky reptilian, really. I'm just saying. But we know Double's all right. I talked to him a lot, so you know. But as Mr. Spock, as the saying goes, there's good and bad in everything, and people can come to the light side if they want to. So I had a full-on holographic breakdown. Yeah, it did look like that. So just saying, you know, it doesn't bother me. It's not going to ruin my reality because, like I said, I believe everything and nothing. Like I said, if you just believe what you've been taught at school and what you believe our reality is, you're going to have a big shock in the future, I do think, in the near future, you know. Double O is a lovely looking guy. He is. So yeah, there's all that out there. And I don't know if did anyone go and watch the film that I talked about, which I'm going to forget again. The something Bureau, but Bureau, we can never say it. Why can I never remember that word? Oh, he's giving me a picture to show you. What's that film called again? Just won't stay in my head. Let's see. I think he's got another picture from his video on YouTube. I've had a thingy breakdown on mine as well. Let me see. Don't know if you can see it properly. Hang on. Adjustment Bureau, yeah. Might be the lighting. But I would say, really, go and check 007's channel if you want to see that. It was holographic breakdown, undeniable, might be a reptile. So, oh yeah. So I'll watch that after because I've not actually seen it. But I had one on my channel as well. I'd have to go through my channel. Sorry, I'm getting really hot. I'd have to go through my channel to look at mine because mine went very. I don't know if anyone remembers. Mine wasn't that long ago. I've had two where it just looked like my eyes. And my face was really white and my hair was blonde. And I was like, oh, it looked pretty good actually. But yeah, it might be a reptilian. But remember, the woman that I was talking about, I'll get her up again, talked about reptilians. Not all the high, I don't know if it was Draco or the high up, something Imperial ones are not bad. Like I said, if there's all races of beings, we're a race of beings. We have good people and bad people. It depends what side you want to be to or what your intentions are. So wouldn't they be the same? Some people say, oh, well, they're all, I used to think that, well, they're all highly evolved. So yeah, most of them are, but I do believe you can still make mistakes, you know, and I don't believe they're the source. There's something above them as well. So, you know, we all make mistakes. That's why Star Trek's really good, you know, they put a bit out there. So, I know I love human beings and trying to be a human being. Yeah. Yeah, he said he's lost a lot of weight since that video with just things, you know. So, will POTUS confiscate the entire Vatican because of the abuse child trafficking? Yeah, I think, the Vatican will be taken down. Yeah, definitely. I don't know how they're going to do it. I think there's a lot of things in the indictments. I haven't been watching what's going on with the indictments. I'm just letting it all roll out because there's going to be certain stuff that we're not going to see, the public won't see, but it's not like we're going to see executions. Apparently, I don't know if this is true, apparently Bill Clinton's been arrested and she's on, we don't know where she is unless she's been, so just saying, there's stuff, you know, I'm not even bothered about knowing about some of it, but there's certain stuff that they're not going to put up because they brought the death penalty back, and I think there's stuff they're not going to put to the people, but they are going to have to tell a certain stuff, but I think there's going to be heinous stuff. I don't think, you know, it's not going to be put to the public. But you know, I haven't seen if there's any new Q drops. Like I said, I'm just going with the flow. Like I said, that woman was off Cosmic Agency, and it's just a really good channel if you're into the Palladian sort of other beings, other realms, time travel, and all that sort of stuff. Like when I've looked into Max Spears and all that sort of stuff, brilliant. And it does make me think, if they say we haven't been to the moon, fair enough. Some people say the moon's this, some people say the moon's that. But if you're from a different dimension, we might not be able to get out, but they might be able to come in. Or we might be able to get out through something else if your DNA's been changed a little bit. So who knows? I'm a Viking in my heart. Yeah, he's a Viking. I just want to say I resonate with Vid00. What do you mean about the Matrix breakdown? Well, the thing is, see, if you watch the Adjustment Bureau, did anybody watch it? Can you just tell me if anybody watched it lately? Because they did the whole holographic thing in there. And I've watched loads of videos with holographic breakdowns, and people go, oh, it's this, that, and the other. What? Because we were told that's what it was. I'm just saying, it's just interesting because I've had one and mine looked pretty like, are we actually off this planet? Do you know what I mean? I'm not on a planet. I said planet, you know what I mean? Realm. I'm a shill, oh my God. I'm not really. It's just, it's the, we laugh at this all the time. It's the programming. Oh, I got to leave the chat to be drive. Yeah, catch you later. So yeah, still listening now. You're still listening. So did anyone watch it? And what did you think? What did you think? Did it leave your mouth open? Because it's left mine and Roxanne's and Double O's not in the thing of like we didn't know. It was like, oh my God, this is what we think. Like this is how we sort of see things. Yeah, moon definitely not what they say it is. Oh, never thought of it like that, Dolly. Never thought of what? Never thought what? The dog days of summer's going to be hot. Everything fits in with the plan. It does fit in with the plan. And if you watch that film, that's even, yeah, what's going on there? How many times was the number 17 mentioned? How Quantum Leap was mentioned in the paper. The holographic thing was mentioned. The tower was mentioned with the chairman, and he was called Donaldson. And if you think about it, it did sound a bit like it was JFK Jr. talking about his family because he was running for presidency, but they didn't want him to win. And there's a whole thing of finding each other and your path that you're on, the path that the black hats were wearing. You know, those things that isn't a coincidence. It was just brilliant. New moon tonight. Oh, I'll be having a look. The energies. I see if I can find it. Where is it called again? It's called the Adjustment Bureau. It's ACE. The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon. Q did mention, what's the film again? He mentioned a film and said it with the Matt Damon film, and it's not that one. But we were like, no, it's not that one. It's that one. When you watch it, we were just like, because looking at it, I wouldn't have known what that film was about. And when I watched it, I was like, this is the best film I've seen for a long time. This is Ace. It was in 2011. Wake up. He's not called Damon for nothing. Well, the Born Supremacy, that was it. It's like Born Supremacy. We were like, no, not that one. This one. Plain Sight. Exactly. You watch that film and you're like, it's a test. Oh, stuff I've been talking about. I'm babysitting tonight. I hope you have a great evening. Thank you, National Memorial Gardens. I listened to Juan 07. I was going to go and listen to Able Danger, but I came on, so I will check it out after Juan 07, 17, Q. JFK Jr. So on Alex McAllister TV, yeah, that's good last night. Really good. Oh, I'll have to check. Yeah, it's on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. I think it is, or you might have to buy it. I'm not sure, but honest to God, if you're into all the stuff I've been talking about, you will see it with new eyes. And if you're into the Q thing, you really need to I need to watch it again. Is it on double? Yeah, it's on Netflix. We said we're going to watch it again on our own because I see more things when I'm on my own, but I just caught the 17. It's like, that's not a coincidence. Listen to what they're saying. Look in the background. There's a shop at one point, like I'm not going to keep putting my foot in it. There's a shop in the background when he goes in and asks about where, my red eye, where there's a dance school. At the bottom is graffiti. It says coincidence is not. Signs everywhere in it. Dolly, do you wake up shouting JFK Jr. laugh out loud? You mention him. I mention him so much because he is part of the plan. Everybody knows who comes on my channel or not a lot. I'm going to show you a picture of JFK Jr. with grey hair. What he looks like now. This picture's gone up. It is fantastic. And obviously, people forget he's older now. What is he, about 58 this year? Can someone just say, here's one for you? Right, this just popped in my head. How old would JFK Jr. be this year? I'm sure his birthday's in November, and I'm sure he's 58 or he's 58 now. Could someone just please Google it or something and let me know, because I'm going to blow your mind with something in a minute. Was it able change? I must have jumped off too early. Too late. I have to go back and... I'm going to go back and listen after. Dolly, it's August. Will I get to see you? What do you mean it's August? Will I get to see you for another month? I'm always on here. I'm on here all the time. 58. Right. Thank you. So I'm watching this film. This is how my brain works. I'm thinking, Trump Tower. Trump's got a tower. I've heard about these doors that go to different like portals and different things, and Trump Tower, and you go to the chairman and he's called Donaldson. Actually, Trump Tower's in New York because it's set in New York, JFK Jr. New York. I'm thinking New York. Why this popped into my head, I don't know. I'm thinking, how many floors has Trump Tower's got in New York? Could someone go and Google it? Go and put in Trump Tower in New York. How many floors? It's a bit of a coincidence, this, isn't it? Yeah, he's 59 in November, so he's 58 now. And this just popped in my head. Not saying it's anything, but I'm just like, this is how my brain works. So he's 58 now. And if someone just goes and Googles how many floors in Trump Towers in the new 58, thank you. 58 floors in Trump Towers in New York, because don't forget that was JFK Jr.'s playground as well. That's where a lot of things go on. That film was set in New York, and I don't know why that just popped in my head, but it did. 58 floors, and JFK Jr. is 58, but he's 59 in November, and I was just like, yeah, so that's just how my brain works. I'm like, what? But it was made in... Yeah, I know it was made in 2011, but this is what I'm thinking about now, not then, now, because we're in the now, yeah? But 2011, what's the number 11 stand for? I didn't see it then, I've never seen it before, so if you're thinking how I think, this is how I think, so just saying. And there's 98 in Chicago. So can we just add up, there's 98 in Chicago, can we add up what 8 and 9 is, please? Can we add what 8 and 9 is up? If there's 9 and 8, 98 floors in Chicago, what number does that come to? Anybody? 17. Q. Bit of a coincidence, that, isn't it? Because that's what people say. They have cognitive dissonance. So you're telling me that's a coincidence, is it? No, it isn't. Because a lot of Q drops, even the numbers at the top, go when you actually put the numbers into books. You can go on Amazon and a book will come up, and the story that comes up is something weird, but it sounds like JFK Jr. or it sounds like something that's going on right now. So just saying, Q is the 17th letter in the alphabet. So that's how my brain works, because my brain works different. My brain doesn't work how I've been taught for it to work. It never has done. And I'm glad, because obviously I wouldn't come up with these things, would I? So just saying, it's interesting, if anything, isn't it? But that's how it works. So numbers, we know about numerology, we know about all this stuff. If you've watched the Really Woke show, when we're talking about numerology and how they work things out and how things work on numbers. Numbers are hidden language, yeah? So just saying, goes on and on and on. And then people go, it's just a coincidence. Really? It's just a coincidence. How many, what did Q say? How many coincidences before it becomes mathematically impossible? I'm sorry. It's not a coincidence. And if something's gone back to change that, to make it 17, because Bill Crosby lived at, was it number 18, and who lived across the road from him at number 17? Maybe we have gone back in time. Remember, Trump's uncle knew Tesla. It's all out there, batshit crazy, but very interesting. But if we know we've been lied to about a lot. Tip of the iceberg, people. Numerology, I'm not very up on this. We did a chat on it on the Really Woke show. Numerology and gematria. Is it gematria? I can never say it properly, but look into it. I've talked about it before in past videos. I did numerology on JFK Jr. and aka Vincent Fusker, aka JFK Jr. on the van. So was Kellyanne Hubnews. Someone said Kellyanne Hubnews. She was doing it around the same time as me, but she goes in depth and she's still doing it. She brings all the things up. Kellyanne Hubnews goes off all the numbers because that's what you go off. She's very informed with. She knows all about that. I don't go in that depth, but I did do my own on one of the Vincent Fuskers, by the way, last year, ages ago. So people think, oh, you only talk about JFK Jr. I've been talking about JFK Jr. for a very long time, a very, very long time. That's why I don't shut up about it. The system do you use? I don't really look into it that much. I just know about it. I use the A, B, C, D, you know, the alphabet, and then A is 1. B is 2, like that. But there's certain, you can type it in and it'll show you. But I used it that way when I did it on JFK Jr.'s, Vincent Fusker's Trumpmobile and his actual, the car reg, the van reg, and it was about JFK Jr.'s resurrection and when it was, and it was when he was, why he was 58, I think, which he still is 58. It is interesting, and this is what I say about people. When someone's bringing you new information, and I don't mean you in chat, these people on who get cognitive dissonance, they just can't wrap their head around. It's like, this information is being brought to me. I've never heard of this before. You're not going to hear of it because mainstream media aren't going to tell you about it. You're not going to hear about it in mainstream school, hence mainstream media, hence mainstream school, because they don't teach us what we're really supposed to know. So, you know, just saying. I still need to research a lot more. There's a lot of research, and I mean, you can't. It's all coming out anyway. Some people say you don't need to know thyself, but sometimes you do need to go through a few rabbit holes as long as you come back up and move forward and move on and leave stuff and move with the different things that are coming, then you don't get stuck. So just saying. This is why I always say to people, research. It's more than people know. It is more than people know. Like I keep saying, yeah, boomerang. Oh, yeah, the boomerang. Woo! It's massive. Here's MAGA. This is Trump, and under this dome, I didn't even think of it that way. Look, it's a dome. Under this dome of MAGA, which doesn't just go for America, but they did use America as a petri dish, let's say. It is the world as well. But underneath that, I don't even know what I was saying. It's the storm, you know. That is going for all of time of that. So when people go, as I've said before, why is it taking so long? Why is it, I'm not seeing anything? Well, you're not seeing anything because mainstream media aren't putting it out. There's loads of arrests going on and certain stuff. But when you look at it, like, if you know how big it is, from way back when, from what's the latest date on here? You know, Atlantis times, Hyperborea, the Khazarian Mafia, 700 to 12,000 AD or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you know, we're going back, we're right back there. So, yeah, like I said. And I haven't even read the other side. What's on the other side? Right. Seeing as some of you know what's going on in the world right now, shall I read the other side just to see what this side said? It's not that I haven't read it. I've read this, but I haven't read it out. qmat.pub, yeah, go to qmat.pub. So I'm just going to read this out. So I'm not looking in chat. So watch out for the people dwelling under the bridge, you know. So let's go. This is this side. Right. So we've got, let's see if this matches up to things that are going on right now. Breadcrumbs, that's the start of the Q drops. Not the start of Q, not the start of the plan. The plan's been in for ages, just to the people. They ain't going to put it on mainstream media, are they? Some people go, why didn't they put it on mainstream media? It's like, hello, do you know what mainstream media are? Yeah, okay. So we've got, I'm not going to read this right. I'm not going to go off the sides because they all point off to different things, connecting different things. I'm just sort of going to go up the sides. So, oh, look there. We've got the silly men in. Beyond form, because all the you know, people coming who just have to put sexual comments in because they're obviously not happy. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, just keep an eye on that because I'm not looking into it at the minute. So we've got the breadcrumbs. Underneath the breadcrumbs, and that's the cue map, and the cue map, Palladian guidance, freedom, right? Remember, nothing is random, everything is meaning. It's not a coincidence. Yeah, taxi drivers, be aware. Then we've got, it's just haters, obviously. Is it Mansour bin Marin? I can't even say that, helicopter crash. We've got something going around. We've got Delta Force, QAnon on 4chan, which we know about, Saudi purge, Trump CA visit, mystery machine. In the middle of that, we've got the sword dance. Now, we know he went to Saudi with the sword dance. He's the only president who had the sword dance, you know, making deals, not wars. Above that, we've got California. Remember, this map was from, I got this map in 2017. We're now in 2019, so remember what's on here, what you're seeing in bits in the media, okay? We've got Polar Vortex, Scarlet Weapons, California, Inferno. Really? This was in 2017. Direct Energy Weapons, which is under California Inferno. Most of us know about that. That was no forest fire, by the way. Houses burn down, but trees don't. Yeah, right. But people just don't understand. We've got, some people aren't going to like this, that are from the UK. We've got Janet Airline, the Lorox, is it? Or something. Geostorm, 2017 hurricanes, Harvey, Irma, Maria or something. North Korea Rocket Man. That was a whole thing with North Korea. Manchester Arena, Dangerous Woman 2017. Yeah, that's there. Bastille Day Truck Rampage 2016. DC earthquake. Fukushima, I can never say that. Deepwater Horizon, Hurricane Katrina, Sumatra, is it? Tsunami, Columbia disaster, that was in 2003. Bill Cooper executed, Boston Marathon, Sandy Hook, nobody died. London attacks 2005. Colombian massacre, is it, or something? The Pre-Prepared Patriot Act, 7/7 London attacks. Above that, bombing, FBI involvement. Because remember, there's good people in the FBI and there's not. Oklahoma City, 1995. Something to do with Arkansas, the Clinton body count. How many bodies have the Clinton body count got? Waco, Texas. I don't even know what that is. 1993 child sacrifice. There it is again. Gun grabs. Yeah, gun grabs so the people can't protect themselves. We've got radical division. We've got O.J. Simpson. Really? We've got Jonestown, is it? Kool-Aid, 1978. We've got MK Ultra murdered, 1968. I'm just going through this, so you know. We've got Charles Manson, 1969, murder spree, helter skelter, it says. We've got Lone Wolf Assassins, Lee Harvey Oswald and Jack Ruby. Oh, what was the Lee Harvey Oswald and Jack Ruby? Why did the guy, we were saying JFK Jr. was stood at a Trump rally in 2017, have Ruby on his Women for Trump as well? Ruby, what's all that about? Lee Harvey Oswald, Jack Ruby, Lone Wolf Assassins. Work that one out. Super Soldiers, The Black Awakening. Super Soldiers. I've heard of Super Soldiers. I've heard of what was the guy in the UK? Super Soldier who died with the black goo. Gone out of my head. I talked about him before. Max, thank you. Max Spears. Is it Spears? Yeah, Max Spears. We've got that in there. Inner Circle, we've got something about the disconnective identity disorder, ritual abuse, alters, triggers, handlers. We all know about triggers and handlers. Trauma-based mind control, we know about that, or people learn about it. Deep patterning and psychic driving. Transformation of America, Kathy O'Brien. Project Monarch, if you know what Project Monarch is. Thanks for the memories, Bryce Taylor. We've got I don't even know what that says. Oh, CNN, CBS. Oh, I never. And the New York Times, PSYOPs, the Cold War, 1947-1991, proxy wars. We've got Anderson Cooper, Vanderbilt, Micah something or other, I don't even know what that says. Nuremberg Trails, is it? The Philadelphia Experiment, which I'll just mention before, the Philadelphia Experiment. Go and have a look at that on YouTube. The Philadelphia Experiment, 1943. The Cold War said that. Battle of Los Angeles. Now, the Battle of Los Angeles, I don't know a lot on it, but there was a battle. It was supposed to be a UFO, but they covered it up, didn't they? And they make history different. I'm just saying, you know, do we know what's really going on? The Battle of Los Angeles, Port Chicago disaster, destruction of Dresden or something, Winston Churchill, terror bombing, the Manhattan Project, Franklin D. Roosevelt, is it, or something, or whatever. We've got Lenin, Stalin or something, KGB, 1917 October Revolution, socialism, communism, National Fascist Party, the Lateran Treaties, is it the Lateran Treaties, 1929, Vatican State recognised, Vatican, because they push, they're at the top, the Vatican are at the top, Vatican annexed, is it? Unification of Italy, 1815 to 1871, Kingdom of Italy, which goes right up to the top of everything on this map is the Vatican, Catholicism, can't say it. Dracula, Vlad the Impaler, most of us know about this in the UK. House of Windsor, City of London, dragon worship. Because Prince Charles has been on TV and has gloated about the whole connection to Dracula and Vlad the Impaler. What? Blood, sacrifice, adrenochrome, anyone getting it? Vampires that way? Yeah. French Revolution, 1989. Philip, Duke of Wharton, Hellfire Club, 1718. 1961 UFO Battle of Nuremberg, is it something? Notre Dame is up there. There's loads up there. Could go on and on and on. Banking cartels fund both sides of every war. There you go. Both sides of every war, because wars are man-made. Lincoln assassination, 1867. US cuts ties to the Vatican, which goes down to restores US democracy to the Vatican. Vatican again, 1884. And it says, who is on the dollar bill? Question mark. George Washington, 1789, letter re Illuminati, Washington Monument. Bavarian Illuminati, yeah, founded, you listening? Because people just think, founded May the 1st, 1776. Adam Weishaupt, I can't even say that name. Above that is the Knights of Malta. Above that is a Catholic military order, 1118, Knights Templar. Above that is God's soldiers. But everything got infiltrated, whatever the word is. But at the top of all this, and it says the key is the Vatican, Society of Jesus, the Jesuits. It's all there. It's all there. That is at the top, the Vatican. Like we said, the triangle is the Vatican, Saudi, and the Rothschilds. So I'm just saying, but there's loads more on it. The Roman Catholic Church is a sin. Yeah, I'm saying it exactly. That's that the Bible said. Yeah, like I said, I've got a Bible. I'm not religious, but I did get the Bible because I had to have a nosy when I got onto the Q thing. But they have twisted things up, and it's annoying of reading it as well. Yeah. So just saying. But going on about that, going back to the Palladian thing and extraterrestrials, whatever, resonate with it or not, it doesn't matter, is if there was Atlantis, Mu, we are Lemuria, whatever, if at the time there were people, the indigenous people that haven't seen stuff that came, when they say ancient aliens, ancient civilizations, this technology we have is not new. We think this technology is new. It's not new. We had it before. So if we saw something way back, we would think it was like, what is this magical thing? This thing flying in the sky, or this thing that appeared of nowhere? And do we call it a god, or this light being of something I can see, which may have been a ship, like what that lady was saying? Then they start bowing down to this thing. But then that would have got covered up in time, because they don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know what was, if anyone gets what I'm saying, I just find it very interesting. And that's why I can believe everything and nothing. Fascism, yeah, communism, capitalism, socialism, exactly, etc., is all the ISMs are brought to us by one group. Exactly. The group what group can you not talk about? And right there, you have your group. Exactly. They're at the top of everything. Think about who built the pyramids. Well, I believe people who built the pyramids were from not of Earth, I don't think. Or if they were using a technology of sound or frequency or something like that. Because there's no way. They didn't track them around with stones. Did they use the cone with the frequency to levitate? Did they do that? I believe the pyramids were a conductor. So, conductor of energy, because we are all energy. Atlantis, yeah. So, there's all that sort of stuff. But that's what I'm saying about things in the Bible, certain things. When that lady was talking about it, it just makes total sense. If a primitive, those primitive races in the Star Trek film she was talking about saw this thing through the sky, but it's all right. You can let Callum in. It's fine. If it's okay, I'll shout taxi if needed. It's fine. What was I saying then? Yeah, it's all right. Lost technology. It's lost technology, but this isn't all new. It's old stuff. Like they bring the stealth bomber out, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is new." It's not new technology. It's not new technology. You know what I mean? But we think it is because we haven't been shown this stuff before. So in that story, it's not really a story, because all myth is story. Stories passed down. It's real. Our reality is not real. If they had to show a ship, because they had to do this thing, like she was saying, if you go and check that video out, they didn't want to show the ship because you're not supposed to, but they had to for reasons of saving their world. So when they saw it, they were like, oh my God, I've never seen this thing in the sky. Like we will be, if we see something, if something appeared, if the veil's becoming thinner, we'd be like, shit, like what's it? What's this magic? What is this? Oh my God, it's an alien invasion. Oh, flipping heck, it's Project Bluebeam. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, there's things that have always been there, but it's been hidden. Hidden technology, hidden ancient civilizations, all that stuff has been covered up. I'm good. Covered up and replaced with some sort of a bullshit story of these were the people that lived there. This is a tradition of that, and it's not real. They cover up so the next generations don't know and think it was something else. And this is where we all get lost in. And this is where I say, people say, you don't need to know certain stuff, in a sense of like, we don't, but we do. We all know about that thing where we're coming from. It's like, yeah, it's the right now. But in a way, some of us do want to know because we've been lied to. So I'm just saying it's all interesting. But that woman's really, really good. And it's like, findings and orphans, yeah, it's like I've said before, stole the great library of, yeah, it's like I've said before, all the stuff that people are talking about on YouTube now is all building up to what we've been talking about with Q, and no one can deny it because there's other people coming on my channel, there's people waking up here and there, they're all talking about the same thing, and everything's interconnecting with everything because it's meant to. No, it's not. My name's not Dolly, but I don't know. That's not really important. But yeah, it is a Manc accent. So You know what I'm saying? But this is the whole thing. The whole talk I was talking about wasn't really that. It was just the whole thing about cognitive dissonance. When someone is coming with you with new information that you've never heard before, that's when people's brains go, what? A malfunction? I'm having a malfunction. What do you mean? Where are the facts? Why do you need facts? Go and research. You know, facts, experience it, feel the frequency. That was brilliant what she said about it, because that is what it is. When, if I can read this out again, because I drew all over it by accident, when it all comes down to money and power, yeah, and they're the ones that always, you know, to maintain the innocence of being what there could be. Don't think, I haven't heard of that before. I haven't heard of that before. Therefore, it mustn't be true. I want the facts. Well, what? Just because you've not heard of it before, it means it's not true. Because you've not gone outside your bubble of the reality you've been taught at mainstream school and off your parents that were also brainwashed and, you know, programmed as well, and their parents before and their parents before. Do not have dogmas. Just believe in the explanation at hand. Replace a theory with another one and add it on without attachments when necessary. Never close a window, leave a window open. That is how I am. I can drop stuff. I have said before, people have come into my channel. Yay! People have come into my channel and they've said, you're contradicting yourself. No, I'm not. I'm dropping some stuff and adding some more because this is how we grow. I don't stay stagnant. This is what I've always done. So when people used to come in and say that, it's like, when that woman said that, I was like, that is what it is. You look at things and think that fitted at the time. I'll take a piece of that. It's not contradicting yourself. It's adding stuff on. Because guess what's just come out on the news? Are you ready? Because remember, a theory is only a theory. And Darwin's theory, people going, oh, what about Darwin? Darwin's theory. Hello, it's a theory. It's not a fact. But people have a big breakdown over that. It's like, well, it's in the word. What are you going on about? So, now, like I said, we have got a Stockport meetup coming. We have got a Woke Show meetup coming. Oh, good. I will need some people to start leaving a comment of who's coming, because I'm going to write a list down, even if it's a handful of people, just because if I haven't seen your face, I'm not really going to know who you are. Let me see if I've got it. So, this just makes me laugh. The Express. Newton was wrong. Scientists dismiss Newton's theory of gravity and warn what's he called? I can't even say the name. Einstein is next. They got to start dropping a few things out there, haven't they? And they're talking about Isaac Newton is rightly regarded as the greatest scientist of all time. Yeah. However, groundbreaking black hole research has now disproved Newton's theory of gravity, and even Albert Einstein's theories are starting to fray around the edges. The scientists have warned. Oh, but boom, boom. Is that because you're going to get seen for what you really are, and the lies are going to get seen for what they are? So you've got to trickle a bit of information out, because they've also told us that the moon and the sun are within our atmosphere. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So we'll just trickle that out there so it gets in people's heads. So I'm just saying, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. So like I said, people talking about all sorts of different stuff at the minute, and you know, that's how it goes. Hang on a minute. Oh my God. Someone I know was on holiday and they've just took a picture and sent it me. If you are listening, thank you very much. There's a Guy Fawkes pub in I don't know where it is, someone's away, and they thought of me because look at the face. Anonymous. Just makes me laugh. Oh my God, thanks. Just let me put thank you. That's hilarious. Put thanks. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Did you? Sorry. So, yeah, I do watch Vincent Vendetta. Some people don't like it because he has the automatic voice thing, but to me that's nothing. That doesn't mean anything when people do videos on that. It's just, so what? There's people out there, like I said, Annie has the whole mask on. It doesn't matter. There's people out there putting themselves out there with the face up like me, talking, and they're talking crap, and they're not talking the truth. They're deceivers anyway. A bit like, I was going to say Rogan Josh Rogan. Rogan Josh, is that a curry? Yeah. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. They have those people out there paid shills, so you know, and if people don't know that, then that's you've got to really think outside that bubble. Will you be streaming any of the meet? Yeah, we are going to stream the meetup because, like I said before, if anyone doesn't know, we are doing a really woke meetup, and it's just a get together of like-minded people. So it's about anything. And Rogan Josh, oh my god, and it's a meetup, and me and Roxanne haven't met each other in the flesh, but that will be the first time we'll have met in the flesh. So yeah, we are going to stream that bit because we want everyone to see it anyway. You know, we're real people. So yeah. How do I do what you are doing, Dolly, and become noticed on live streams? What do you mean? I don't know. I just go live and talk about stuff. You just start a channel on YouTube. If you want to start talking about stuff, that's what you do. But if you are not used to being on YouTube, be prepared for shills, trolls, everything chucked at you. People doing silly little hit pieces on you, because I've had that. It's pathetic, but that's how it goes, because they like to try and scare you off YouTube. So you have to be quite strong with not getting triggered. I've had to learn that. You know, you go through the whole process of it. I guess the strong are left standing. But that's what you do. You know, otherwise you're just out and about and you're just telling people snippets of things, and you know, that's what they call yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, you need 1,000 subs to go live. You need 1,000 subs to go live, so you can pre-record, which is what I used to do. And then I couldn't record, I had to go live in the end. But that's why they call starseeds. Starseeds, it's just planting them little seeds in, you know, little words that you don't have to really whack them in the face with a red pill, but you know. I don't know, would you like to tell us? Not really interested in silly chat like that. So, you know, if it is silly chat, but that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about relationships tomorrow. I think if I've got time tomorrow, I will. And this whole narcissistic thing, and don't be worried. I saw someone else coming out of a relationship today, and they were like, it's a frequency, people. Remember, if you're humming on this frequency and they're gibbering on this frequency, that frequency ain't going to go together, ain't going to work. So if you're wondering why relationships are breaking down right now, that's why. Different frequencies are coming in, things are changing, frequencies have to change, therefore things are going to change in your life. Yeah, exactly, Moon Babe, because it's been part of programming. We've all been used, abused, and duped. And that's why I will say, I don't care what anyone says, at the bottom of the Q map, you think you've not been abused, we all have it. At the bottom of the map, it says exclusive order of human rights abuse, and that is under the whole MAGA and Donald Trump, because that's what they're going for. We've all been abused. It's not just this whole child trafficking stuff and all the stuff that goes along with that and this, that, and the other. We've all been abused, because if you want to think of like we're in the Matrix and all that stuff that keeps us here, then we as human beings and whatever we are have been trapped in the game we came to play. But like I said, it got hijacked. Therefore, it's an abuse on us that we can't do it properly. Yeah, that's how I see it. So, you know, yeah, it is energy, frequency, vibration. Everything works off a vibration. We do manifest stuff, but that is all a frequency. When you say things and it comes in, because when you talk, it's a frequency, it's an energy, it's a vibration, you know. So I can't explain it properly, but I know in myself what I mean, and I know a lot of you will resonate with what I'm saying, even if some of you don't understand it, because that, I said, that is what a resonation is. It is a feeling. The feeling is, it's an energy source. That's when you know something's right or wrong. I don't need to give anybody facts or proof or anything. If you can feel the resonation with something on someone's channel, not just mine, even if it's a snippet of something, there's a reason why you're resonating with it. It's a resonation. It's a, you know, school is an abusive place. Yeah, it is. Mainstream school, mainstream media. They trickled down their evil, and now we know. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. The whole thing is, when we know how it works, and we see their symbols, and we see how they communicate, we see what they're doing, how can it be anymore when we know? I don't believe the whole plane has to wake up, the whole world has to wake up. Is the 144,000 the people that have to wake up? Because the rest will have to follow anyway. There's a majority. So I don't, you know. So intuition is there for a reason. Listen to your inner self. Yes, it is. And that's why you resonate with stuff, and that's why you'll only resonate with certain channels. Like, I can go to a channel where they're talking about stuff like what I talk about, but something I just don't resonate with that energy of that person, so I can't watch it. Doesn't mean I have to go blah, blah, and start trolling. It's just like, I'll just stick to the people that I like watching, because you'll all resonate with the frequency you're on is what you'll resonate with. So trolls that come in and people, you know, whatever, they're not resonating because they're not in the same frequency. They're not on the same radio station as me. Doesn't mean I'm right or they're whatever. It's just they're not resonating. They're not resonating for a reason. They're not on the frequency. So yeah, make your own channel. You know, that's why I've said, if you don't like me, don't watch me. If you feel like you need something to say and I'm not saying it, go make your own channel and say it yourself. Because someone's making stupid comments the other day about, you're not really standing up for the children. I've talked about that. I'm not. What do you think I'm doing? I'm just talking to people. You know, you want to go and talk about certain stuff, the deep stuff, go on your channel and go and talk about yourself. I see people with no channels telling me to do stuff. It's like, you got a mouth, go and do it yourself. You feel so passionate about it, go and talk about yourself. I do it in the way I do it because this is the way I get it out. And if people understand, people understand. If you don't, you don't. Fanfare, Anne, whatever. But I know a lot of you great people, as I can see right now in chat 45 in chat, that a lot of you do resonate. So I know I'm doing something right, because there's a lot of you that do resonate. Bitchy girl loves all guys. I don't know what you mean by, this isn't getting at you. I don't know what you mean by I'm waiting to be noticed. I'm not. Do you mean in truth? I'm not waiting to be noticed as in I'm just, you know, putting stuff out there because I feel very strongly about it. I feel very passionate about it and I want to talk about it. I don't see why people should be stopped, censored, told it's hate speech when it's not, when people are resonating with it. You know, I just talk about what I see and how I feel. And I've been a bit like that as a child. Like, my mum would say something like, and she'd be like, oh, you're so like that. And I'm like, no, I don't like it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do, like at work, I don't want to wear that horrible green jumper. I'm going to go in a pink jumper today and I'm going to get told off when I go. You must wear a uniform. Why have you got that pink jumper on? Tomorrow you've got to come in your right jumper. Yeah. Back in the pink jumper the next day. Be like, I'm not wearing that. I don't like it. And you are not alone, yeah. Agent 17. Oh my God, you make me laugh so much. You are hilarious. Oh. Imagine if we all had channels, but you can have channels. We are changing. We are changing the world. We are changing. If people can't see that there's a ripple effect going out. It's been going out for a very long time. Well, speeding up. We've got the indictments. I've not even been looking at it because I know. We've got you're just being you. You're just being you, and it resonates with us. Thank you. I'm just being me. This is where I am. If I come on swearing, if I come on, it's just me. If I get angry, it's just me. I've learned that. I'm not bothered now. People go, oh, this, that, and so what? I have a shadow side to myself. Everybody does. If you're saying you haven't, you're lying. So the earth is a ripple. It is. And the ripple effect is how we think. So when people begin to think differently outside the bubble, there's a ripple effect. It's an energy. It's a ripple. It's a frequency. It's that thing that changes. When you're resonating with people, I can't explain. It's sort of giving you a download. It's changing stuff, because where they tried to, I don't even know if this is going to come out right, where they've tried to program us, breaking free from that program is the things you are watching now, is the things you are dropping, is the cycles you are cutting. Therefore, it has to manifest. It is manifesting. It's coming on more and more. Those are beginning to wake up, so we see what it is. So how can that survive that new world order that was coming in when we are seeing what it is? It can. It can, if you know how it all works. Like I said, please watch The Adjustment Bureau. Oh my days. Best film I've seen in a long time. If you can't see what we saw, we were just there going, totally what I thought. And Roxanne's told me about something that happened to her today, Adjustment Bureau style, and we were just like, you know what? When you talk about Trump being insulated, we're like, it's really good. Yeah, but I don't get what you mean by Dolly is noticed. So you want to be? I don't get what you're saying. Is this a person coming in, or is this someone trolling? I'm not quite sure. It's not about being noticed. It's about standing up in truth. If anyone knows me from the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing. I just talk about this because I know things are changing, and I like to talk. I am a talker, as you can tell in my chatterbox. That's what I am. But I don't come on here because I want fame. I mean, I'm not even a big channel. You know what I mean? I never came on for that. I've said if you want to donate, you can. It doesn't bother me if you are or you're not. Whatever. So what? You know, if I had super chat on here, so what? It's up to people if they want to or not. It's not about that. If you knew what fame was and you knew what they do in Hollywood when people want to become famous, you wouldn't want to be famous. Put it that way, because that's all fake. It's not about fame. It's about wanting freedom for humanity, whatever humanity is, whatever's beyond that. It's for our children, because they stepped over the line with our children. Big no. It's about balance. So you can donate on if you go on one of my a couple of chats down, because I've just started doing it on YouTube, there should be a link. If you go back a few weeks back on one of the chats, because this is on YouTube, so I don't know how you do it on it, but there should be where you can donate. So I might get, I'm not on my Discord, I'm not on Streamlabs or whatever it is, so I might come on another day. You know, you can do that. Or you can actually go on Super Chat on The Really Woke Show when we're on that, and you can donate. But like I'm saying, that isn't me putting your arm up your back telling you to. That's just if you want to, because people feel like they're doing something when they do. So, you know, and stuff like that. But I don't even know what I'm talking about now. But yeah, I got some really good comments off the chat before about that woman's amazing. Posey Parker, brilliant, just brilliant. So I'm really glad about that, because I've seen people are understanding what agenda was in that gender, you know. So that was really hi, Sue Clark. I don't know. I'll come on tomorrow and I'll try and stream on the other thing that I stream on, and the link should be in there. But then again, I can actually I'll tell you what I'll do. After this downloads, I will put my email address. You can do it through PayPal, through my email address, so you can do that if you want to. But like I'm saying, you don't have to. It's just one of them. But yeah, it's just all good people. Like I said, we're really looking forward to the Really Woke Show. There's other people coming as well, off other YouTube content makers and stuff, you know, especially on the Flat Earth content makers. So that's going to be good. Yeah, so we will have to come over and talk about it again, but I'm looking forward to seeing the people who are coming. And like I said, even if it's a handful of people, we hope it grows into something else, because it is the woke show, which is about everything we've been lied to. So it's not just one subject. So if people are not into flat earth, it doesn't matter. It's not just about that. It's about basically the lies, the globalist, the liars, you know. So, you know, God loves all of us so much. How will we not returning that love for so long? Boggles me. We will be doing. We are doing. So, yeah. You and Roxanne are refreshing to listen to. And 007. I think we are, because we don't just talk about one thing, because, like I said, tip the iceberg, people. The thing about cognitive dissonance is that it's a deception. So many people don't know they have it. You really can't do anything for the person. No, you can't for them to come out of it, but share a seed of truth and hope. Exactly, Eric. And that's why I say star seeds. When people say you're a star seed, it's you're planting those little seeds. So at some point, somewhere down the line, or when they see things happening, they're going to think, hang on a minute, and that's what it's about. But it is hard, because if you've tried to red pill people, and I've done it on Facebook, and I've tried to it's so hard. They're so locked into their little matrix of what they have been taught, what we have been programmed to believe, that it is so hard. But they will come to it. I think everyone's doing it in their own way at their own time. I've said that before. They will come to it. Yeah, it's the Great Awakening. Exactly, it's coming. The Great Awakening. It's the Great Awakening. But everyone's doing it at their own time. They've got to see things with their own eyes and hear things and do it themselves. We just, everyone does this when they wake up. You're like, I've got to go and red pill me dad. I've got to tell her, and you do that. You do that. And you do it for a while, and then you calm down and think, wow. This is why I just think, I'm just going to talk to the people in chat. If people are sharing my videos or sharing something, or you bring in friends in, and that's how it grows, then we'll do it that way, because I'm just want to resonate with the people that I'm resonating with. If people aren't resonating with it, that's fine. I'm whatever, I believe truth's coming out anyway. So I guess we'll see what's what. Like I said, I'm not going to be surprised by anything. Nothing surprises me. The heinous stuff, horrible stuff doesn't surprise me. Who's involved with it doesn't surprise me. If this was that, doesn't surprise me. If a mothership was outside my house now, it wouldn't surprise me. Do you know what I mean? Nothing. Because I'm just like, we've been lied to. Our reality is not what, hi from Russia, is not what we've been told, basically, worldwide. That's why Trump's friends with Putin and the friends with North Korea. And I say to me, hi, alchemy of life. I say to people, you don't think nothing's going on when you look around at yellow vests kicking off in every country around the world, and you're like, nothing's going on. There's not a regime being brought down. There's not a regime being brought down of the controllers. Really? Yeah. Okay. But carry on watching mainstream media. Programming, television. Seeds will grow. Seeds do grow. So they're gonna come, but everyone's going at their own time. Like I said, there's been people in the past that woke up years ago and they shout at other people going, well, I was awake 50 years ago. It's like, right, everyone's coming to it. We're all coming to it. We all do the same thing. It's quite funny. We all shout at other people. It's hilarious. If you think about it, it's quite funny. But we're all getting there. We're all getting there. As long as we're all moving and we're not staying stagnant, that's all that needs to be done. The ripple effects going out. They've been going out for a very long time. Seeds will go. Get ready for the corn harvest. Oh, yes. The corn is being harvested. Now, I'm not explaining that one. You lot who know about the corn, your popcorn, I had sweet corn fritters today. They were very nice because I've not been eating meat. So, like I said, if you know about the whole harvest popcorn thing, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you don't. Did you plant the sunflowers? I've not planted them yet because all it's done is rain. So hopefully I'll plant them this weekend, and hopefully let's see if I get a sunflowers that is in the shape of a heart. You never know. But I don't know if anyone wants to see Naughty Beaver's video with the sunflower thing and sparkles. I was like, oh, wow. It was great. My sunflowers are huge. They're from school, they're from nursery, so I don't even know what sunflowers they are. I don't know if they're the tiny ones that I've had or if they are the big giant ones. I don't know what they are, but I'm going to try and plant them. Antidepressant. Yep, from nature, so, Ooh. Very shiny today. Very shiny today. But yeah, sweet corn fritters. Yeah, sweet corn and avocado fritters. They were well nice. I wonder when everything with Q will come to a head and the masses will see behind the veil. It's going to be going on for a little bit. Like we said, there's 100,000 or more indictments now. So, and all the stuff with what's coming out and is there, it is out, with all that stuff that I've not even looked at, and all that. It's just like they're going to have to come to it because it's going to trickle out in the mainstream media anyway. Like that stuff I've just read out, that's trickling out. So get ready for the cognitive dissonance, people. It's going to be real. But like I've always said, those that know, we know what's going on. Those that know don't sleep. This is why I have a red eye at the minute and it just will not go away. I should be going to bed when I go to bed and I don't. Yeah, I'm really like, I can't get rid of this glow on my face. It just won't. I put makeup on, it won't go. I'm like, oh my God, we just like shiny. It's not shiny here. I'm like, it's not makeup. Yes, down in stuff. I had to run. What? Oh, don't tell the public, love you. I don't know what that means. Favorite cheeses? I don't eat cheese. You really are sparkly today. Well, like I said, I can't show you because it's just rubbish. Oh, mind you, I can show you through what T. Taylor does. I know I do this all the time. I just love showing it. Despite what people think it is. Oh, you've got makeup on, it's sweat. It's like, no. Does it do this? Does it do? That's a bit big. Can't see what I'm doing, hang on. Bit bigger. Oh, that's too big. It's a bit too big. Why is it like... Oh my God, it's so hard to get. It's so hard to get, but I have noticed, if anyone else has noticed, God. Sorry, it just annoys me that I can't. I have filmed it and put it on camera before, so it's not like I've not done it. Oh, my phone's playing up now. What are we looking at? Oh, God, if I can show you. Right, hang on. I think it's because my torch is on. Is it because my torch is on? Or is that a torch? I'll show you if I can get it in focus. This is pants. Now, I wonder if I switch the light off, it'll do it. Hang on. Why is it not in focus? Right, sorry, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get it. There. Messing up again. Anyway, I know I do it all the time. I know you've seen it, so I know some of you have got it as well, so I don't really need to explain what's going on there. But what is that? Oh, I get it in focus and it's out of focus. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. But if anyone's wondering what I'm talking about, when Trump wins, we will win. That's Trump glowing. Yeah, you can see the spark. Yeah, it's Jesus, it's like I said before, it doesn't matter if you don't get it or you don't believe it, but you do sparkle. And people say it's sweat, and it's like, it's not sweat, it's like glitter under the skin. People have said it's nanotech. I'm like, no. People say it's makeup. No, you can wash your hands and it's still there. People say it's body lotion. I don't wear body lotion. Yeah, crystalline being and in you are going to Christ consciousness. Yeah, a lot of us believe it is crystalline DNA. We're going from carbon to crystalline DNA. Carbon is 666, mark of the beast, 6 in thingy carbon, blah, 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 blah. We believe it's crystalline DNA. If you've ever watched people talk about crystalline, oh God, what was it called? I used to watch J Dreamers. Way back, we were crystalline. Silica age. Crystalline, if you think about it, if we're light, frequency, and sound, are we not light beings? Are we not light beings? Are we not light beings? Do you not maybe pick up codes and frequencies that bring this in? Because, you know, I've put a light, or it's light activated as well, by the way. It's light activated in the dark like that with a strong light or in sunlight, and you can see it in sunlight now anyway. It's a bit like when they put out the vampire films, as in Twilight, and he goes up the tree and he twinkles. Trying to make out that's a bad thing, is it? It comes across here as well, which I wouldn't be able to record. It's up here as well. I've seen it on my legs. I've seen it on my face. But people who have cognitive dissonance will go, have you got makeup on? It's just makeup. Have you washed yourself? Have you washed your hands? Have you got body lotion on? No, I'm just giving you some information that maybe I don't even understand, but I'm just saying, no, it's not that. But people who don't understand or don't choose to or want to, don't. But if you do want to maybe seek about what it's about, if you've not heard of it, please go and check out one of the channels. There's a lot of people who do it out there. You've just got to know where to go, and you may come across it through Resonating. Is T Taylor's channel. She's been going on about it for years, going on about the more gallons and stuff like that. And just go and check her channel out. It's not just me that's saying it. There's a lot of people out there, and I know there's people in chat that have got it as well. And you can pass it along, because someone who didn't add it, my friend came around last night, I touched her hand and she got it. So I'm just saying. But is that another frequency we're passing about? If I touched a door, is my frequency going to hit somebody so it's a ripple effect? Anyone get what I'm saying? Think outside the bubble. You might resonate with, you might not, it doesn't matter. I like to come on here and talk about many different things because, like I said, I'm not going with the reality we were taught, so I'll believe everything and nothing. I think it's exciting. I think it's beautiful. I think it is the great awakening to what we are going back to, what we were maybe before we played this game. I don't know, but we did get trapped here. So I'm just saying, it's like I keep saying, it's better than watching Coronation Street, folks, learning about a lot of stuff. You know, turn your AC down, love. Yeah, I turn my frequency, my currents down. Is that, you're talking about the currents like Tesla? But I'm just saying, you know, I'll turn it down. And like I said, there is a lady out there called Lisa Transcendence Brown, and I've talked about her before. She's very high frequency. She's got a massive flex of, yeah, it looks like pieces of glitter under her skin. A guy came round, they were doing a chat on camera. He moved away. She was, a frequency went up. She went so light and bright that I could hardly see her eyes. She looked like one of the beings out of Cocoon. She had to put a lot of makeup on because she had to just disappear. When he sat back down again, the energy went down a bit. Her frequency went down a little bit, and she wasn't as glowing, but she was glowing. And this is why we all say it's a fact. People steal your energy. You feel your energy being taken off. You feel depleted when you're around certain people, because everything's about energy. Everything is energy. So just saying, you know, if you don't know, start checking your hands under your torchlight. If you think, oh my God, it's a bit of sweat, go and wash your hands. Check yourself when you get out the shower. Keep looking, because you'll start seeing it if you're on that frequency. Oh, sorry about the AC. Oh yeah, we don't have AC, aircon. Are you American? I'm like, what? AC, I meant air conditioning. Don't have air conditioning over here. Whew, but it is quite warm. It's been raining, but it's warm. So yes, I'm just saying, I'm going now because I'm tired. I didn't think I was going to stay on this long, but you know what? When I go, I go. Thanks for the thumbs up. When I go, I go. I just waffle on and I see what comes out, and that's how you know that I'm real and I'm not reading off a script, folks. So the person I was watching yet again was Posey Parker, brilliant, proper true feminist, not the fake Nazi feminazis. and also I think it was Cosmic Agency I was watching. That was really good as well. I haven't looked around at any Q stuff or Q drops at the minute. Like I said, I'm going with the flow. You know, we know what's coming. Yeah, been really fun. Thank you. Like I said, I'll talk about all sorts, me. You know, I'm not afraid of looking stupid or talking about things that other people don't talk about. You don't have an AC. Wow, in America, Southern. No, I know you need it, but no, I could do with one. We don't exactly have good weather, but I do think that's going to change. You know. All of us are divine beings that are brainwashed into being consumers. Exactly. That's all they want you doing. Consume, consume, consume. What is it? Consume, eat, sleep, repeat. Consume, eat, sleep, repeat. That's what they do. You know? Thank you. Thank you. I don't even know what I'm waffling on about half the time. I come off here and I think, what have I just said? Did anyone get what I was saying? Anyway, yeah, so you'll probably see us at weekend, maybe. I don't know if we've got something for the Really Woke show because Roxanne's been busy and I've been busy in 007, or we might go live. I don't know. If it's not there, it will be there. But, you know, you're cracking me up. Yeah, you will, you know. So, yeah, where we go one week a wall. Believe everything and believe nothing. Think outside your bubble because reality is not what you've been told it is. And I shall see you soon. If I've got the energy tomorrow, which I probably will have because I normally do, I will be talking about relationships, narcissist people, and why maybe your relationship is breaking down right now. But don't feel bewildered or alone because you're not. But sometimes there's a reason, and I think it's a frequency. But, you know, we're moving away from that. So yeah, maybe a relationship chat tomorrow, you know, about what a real relationship is, how I see it is to me, of what we've been taught it is. So, you know, yay. So question everything exactly and research yourself, folks. So see you soon. Bye. I never know how to get off this damn thing. I'm looking at the wrong thing now. Yeah, middle finger up to all those narcissistic demons. Woo-hoo-hoo. So see you later. Bye. Oh.